Hello, my name is Shadley and welcome back to another episode of the Red Galaxy in Aurora, and in previous episode we did discover some new systems over here from Moscow onwards, and they seem to be rather empty. There's some comets in both of those, one in Smolensk, and I think there were 6 comets in Strasov, 5 of which actually had resources, and the comet in Smolensk also has resources, so the comets are pretty decent. So in Volocrat we've already done the jump gate there. Actually, that reminds me, we did set up the colony there, but if I remember correctly, it did have a rather high colony cost in it. And that is still underway. So let's have a look. Yeah, it's almost 7 colony cost. It's mostly the temperature though. And it does have some resources at least, so it's not entirely useless. But anyway, how are we doing in terms of research? We are still waiting for... Oh, actually in April we'll get the pebble bed reactor finally. Then the senior archaeology equipment is going to be done in... Okay, it's going to take well over a year still. But that's going to be the next after the pebble bed reactor by the looks of it. Unless we get the... Oh, right. No, that's going to take a while. Never mind then. Right, well let's keep the time going. Ooh. Oh, we got one on lab. Okay, how about... Do we increase the reactor? No, I want to get the xenoarchaeology equipment. Once we get that a bit sooner, then we can start getting the ground unit designs with a bit less labs. Like 1 or 2 labs will be enough for most of that. Keep it going for a while, and then we can set up some other things going on. We have got some new researchers though. We've got a pretty good logistics one actually. Much better than the current one. The only thing that we have for that one, so we will cancel that project. Go to the logistics and get the hangar deck. And create that project. There we go, so that's speeding up a little bit. Now that will of course increase some of the costs a little bit because we are now researching more, but that's alright. And... well, actually we do have a decent income right now. Oh yeah, I did stop the maintenance supply production though, so let's restart that. We have used a fair bit of the points, if I remember correctly. Overall completed on the exploration 4. I think I may need to set up the... orders we... Ooh, right, you are practically out of maintenance points. Okay, first of all, the standing orders... deployment time... why don't you just overhaul a colony then? And then this... I'm going to take away the secondary orders. You're just going to do the surveys. I'm going to send you the systems where I need you to be. I guess it's the best option right now because of the... sometimes getting, or seem to be getting a lot of bugged in there, so why don't you refuel and resupply, and then I will send you to St. Petersburg, I think. You can do your work there. So the cargo one is still taking the infrastructure back and forth, but we did lower the time that it's going to be doing that a little while, so we'll end up with 50 infrastructure in the new planet. Which, to be fair, is not much, but it's going to be better than nothing. And it does have a lot of resources in there, so that's definitely going to be a good mining colony. Or a big mining colony, not necessarily a good one, but it will last for a while. And over here we do have a little bit workers available. I'm going to wait until we have another 250,000 of workers, so we'll bring in extra 5 mines or so. And speaking of mining, we do have the stockpiles growing quite nicely there. Not enough for... oh, right, we actually never set the destination for the mass driver, so we'll set that one up. But yeah, I mean, Borona is probably going to be the first one. Oh, actually, Uridium is probably going to be the first one that will be sending out. Oh, why is the Duranium accessibility 0.25? Huh. Okay. Fair enough. I'm pretty sure that it was 0.3 earlier, but... oh well. Oh, and Colony 1 has completed order, so we got these 70-something thousand people in here, which will be growing slowly but surely. I don't want to bring too much in here because we don't have the infrastructure to support them yet. But that's a small seeding colony. They will start growing slowly and we'll eventually bring in more. Actually, that's the thing that we could do over here. Still have some extra room here, but at the same time we don't... Have we gotten the environment any better? It is slowly growing. Very slowly, that is. Oh, you can actually... Oh, has your terraforming... No. No, you don't have terraforming. Okay. Interesting. But that has increased. Somehow. But sure, I'll take it. I mean, slowly but surely the nitrogen is increasing there, and I suppose what I could do... Well, no, we need to have the breathable atmosphere. Temperature is still a tiny bit there, but it's not as big as what the... Oh, right, and water availability is also a problem. How much water is there, then? 4%. Okay, that's a bit low. Of course, since it's freezing, it's going to be a bit hard to get to, but shouldn't be too hard. Shipyard modified. Huzzah! So we got the 10 kiloton capacity now, and did we actually... We were going to do something with the... Oh right, I named the destroyer to Zagrad, which is the first city in the Workers and Resources playthrough that we had. Okay, so I did want to increase the size of this. We never got the engines put in here, although I think I want to have something bigger engines. But I don't remember. Was I going for 100 hull size or something bigger? Well, first of all, I think we may want to get some sensors in here. Thermal sensors, that is. And then EM sensors as well. Just going with the basic one. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. Well, let's see, if we were to place in some of these engines, I know that these are not the best ones that we could have. It would keep the speed rather low, to be fair. We could fit in 3 engines, but that's about it. There's not much else that we can fit in there, so I'd rather not do that necessarily. Actually, I'd rather have something that has a bit bigger engine, which can then... Oh, right, we basically have no fuel in there. On the other hand, if we lower the deployment time over here to 6 months, that's going to give us a bit extra tonnage. I still want to have the armor rating at 4. We could even lower that even further, but let's have a look. If we put in some fuel storage in here, maybe a tiny and a fighter, but that's exactly 5 tons. So what do we have? We got the oh right, we don't even have the anti-missile. No, we do have the anti-missile radar and that one, but we don't have the missile fire control for the size 1 or the anti-missile missiles. So that's... yeah, we need to go for a bigger one. Much bigger ship. So we'll probably go for the 10 kiloton ship then. And for that we definitely want to have the bigger engines, because these engines are not meant for something like this. The fuel usage is just too much. Well, let's actually have a look at then. Design tech. Engine. So we can go certainly a bit bigger. Let's see if we go for like 20 hull size engine. Actually, if we're going to go for 10 kiloton, that's going to be 200. You can go for maybe 25 in an engine power. I don't think I necessarily want to go too high. If it goes 75%, that would be 120 per. 240 for 2 engines. How much would that be for speed? If we know for... well, it's actually not a lot of speed at all. So no, we don't want to throttle that, I don't think. So 320 would be still less than 2,000. Okay, how about if we go for also 30... Can we get this to some nice number? That would be 200. Just looking at this. There's not a lot of even numbers in there. If we go hull size 40, that'd be a massive engine. No, I don't think we necessarily want to go that high. I think hull size 20 engine is probably good enough. We lowered the fuel usage a little bit, so it's now 72 liters per hour. So let's have a look. If we do this, it's going to cost a little bit. Well, I think we can manage this. This should be good enough for like good medium engine for like smaller battleships, or not battleships, combat vessels. I think. I could, of course, be mistaken. Right, so this would be Zada M20 128 and 72.41. So we'll create that one. We'll of course need to research that, and we are going to do the increased fuel power first. But we want to keep working on this design at least a little bit, so we'll have it usable at some point in the future. Right, so let's keep on going then, I guess. Jump point detector in St. Petersburg. Let's have a look. We do have at least one extra jump point there now. But that's about it. There's still... Have we done all the surveys? Nope, we have not. There's still some surveys that need to be done. I don't think there's any colonizable planets except this one. Not easily colonizable anyway. And that one actually, it's not bad temperature, it just doesn't have an atmosphere, but that's it. Pretty good resources. But like 2 point something in the accessibility, so I think that is certainly something that we do want to... Hold on, let's actually have a look. Volgograd. Doing a standard transit, where are you heading now? Stabilize jump point in... Oh! Right, so going to Moscow. And start stabilizing the other one. Okay, I like that idea. So this is at least working as it's supposed to. The survey vessel's not necessarily quite as much. Oh, another jump point in Volgograd. Okay. We just got out of there. Oh well. Ah, research completed. We got the reactor tech. Actually, that reminds me, we should probably give you the orders to start researching that one. So add to the queue. So what are we getting next? It's going to be the senior archaeology equipment, which we do need to set up the unit for that as well to be researched. Shouldn't be too bad though. But then it's going to be a massive amount of research. I did do some changes to the names and such. So now we'll have a various vehicles. So the APCs are now BTRs. Then we have light autocannon light vehicle as BMD. Then BMP is the medium autocannon. Then AT truck is the medium anti-vehicle, which is basically, it has like a tow missile or something like that on top of a GAC or something similar. Like, that's kind of the idea there. But it doesn't necessarily have to be just one type of vehicle, that particular one, but it's basically anti-tank rockets as well, set up on a vehicle so they can move around faster. And then of course the AT team is like RPGs and something like that. Then of course, well no, I think that was the most of the changes that we did for the names there, now that I think of it. Right, well, let's keep on going, shall we? Oh, and another jumper. Oh wow, Volgograd has a lot of them, doesn't it? Let's have a look at the galactic. So yeah, that's going to be branching entire, well, not entire galaxy, but a large portion of the galaxy probably there. So Volgograd, hold on, it only had the one planet, so it's going to be very important to keep that, or this place supplied with missiles and such. And it's going to be kind of a maintenance point for a lot of ships, so that's going to be something that we're going to have to figure out to do some logistics for that. Oh, and Cargo 1 has completed orders. How much do we have fuel now? We got 1.3 million fuel. That's not too bad. It's actually a bit more than I expected. Now, of course, once the exploration ships return again from their trips, it's gonna go down. Right, so what you are gonna do now, I'm assuming you are full on fuel. Yep. Okay, so you are gonna take more infrastructure and take it to the new colony. Unload all installations, repeat another 4 times. And then you're gonna go back here and refuel. There we go. That's gonna take quite a while again. But that will allow us to improve or increase the population there. Also, they are getting small amount of infrastructure here, so we could have 2.6 million total. We currently have 1.8 million, so we may need to move in some infrastructure here. Actually, once you get that completed, why don't you build some infrastructure yourself? You're mining some mercasium and uranium. So let's build another 100, shall we? It will take some time, but that's alright. That will allow us to reach that. So we're mining only 15 right now. That's not a lot, quite frankly. But I'm sure that we'll get that sorted out eventually. Now, to be fair, that's still going to take about 2 years to get the deep space tracking station. But I'd rather have at least 1 station per colony, just so that they can keep an eye on surroundings, even if some other colonies that might be overlooking or watching them are lost or something, or under attack and some of the installations get destroyed. Okay, so exploration 1 is now overhauling. How did we do in here? Right, so you are constructing that. Smolensk, we've explored a fair bit of that, but... Oh, right, yeah, I realise what's happening. Exploration 1 is probably going back and forth again. Just going to take away those secondary standing orders. Once they get back to New Sol, they'll be given manual orders. I think that's going to be the most certain way to be somewhat effective, at least in this. Oh, Exploration 4 is currently doing nothing. Okay, we're going to need to do Overhaul. So, refuel, resupply, and then begin Overhaul. Okay, and then we got the Exploration 5 here, which is going to have to do the same. Oh wow, we've been using the supply points quite a bit now. Oh, and the... Oh, we got the xenoarchaeology equipment now. And at the same increment, we got the company headquarters, infantry squad, quad squad, irregulars, and started the AA team. Right, we're going to take away some of the research labs there. I think one is actually... Well, no, we'll add a second one just in case. And then... We'll add one for the power and propulsion, and one for the sensors. There we go, so that's going to increase some of the research. And we're going to get everything within a year now. All of the currently active research. Let's actually have a look now. So we got a few formation units. The company headquarters. And let's actually make a... infantry company. Right, so over there we want to have company headquarters. We're going to only have one. I know that technically you'd want to have two if you want to make sure that the commanders don't die constantly, but do that anyway. And then infantry squads. What do we get? Start with, hold on. I actually have something for this that I used before, so let me quickly grab that. Shouldn't take too long, it's just in Discord. Actually, I suppose I do have it elsewhere as well, but this guy is probably going to be the quickest. Right, so we had 8 infantry squads, according to that one. Then we'll have machine gun squad, light mortars. Oh, right, and we had some guard squads as well by the looks of it, so we'll put in 3 of those. And that's going to be about it. So this is going to be just 100 tons of capacity. But it's going to be at least a little bit, you know, have on ships or something like that to guard them. Or, for example, have just some smaller units in smaller colonies to keep them safe. So we've got the battle fleet actually. Oh, and the shipyard fleet. Hold on, so battle fleet, I'm guessing you have the... Yeah, you got that one. And then over shipyard fleet we got the troop transport. So how about create another fleet? Troop 1. And we create another fleet, which is the fleet that will be left empty. And Troop 1, what you are going? Oh, you don't have a lot of fuel there, do you? So you will go ahead and tractor any ship in fleet. It's going to be done rather soon. There we go. And then, I mean, we don't have troops to transport anyway, so I'm not going to refuel the tanker yet, but yeah, we are a bit low on fuel there. But I'm pretty sure that if we go... Oh no, we didn't actually get some research done quite that quickly. Well, it's going to be done soon enough though. So the AA teams, I don't think we'll be using too much of those yet. Because as far as I know, I could be mistaken, but the AI doesn't use fighters all that much. So it's mostly for roleplay reasons. Okay, Exploration 2 is now back home. I think I'm going to send you down to, first of all, refuel and resupply. Have you done your overhaul? No. Okay, I'll then do your overhaul. Okay, now we got the AA team, we'll get the AT team. We got the AT team started on the mortar team. Which, to be fair, let me actually think this through. I could have the mortars on a separate company. Which means, if we have a look at this, we don't have the machine gun yet, but the mortar team would be 20 points. We'll get AT team instead. Add in one of those. And then MG team, I presume, let's actually have a look. MG squad is 12. I think I can fill it around a little bit. But yeah, I'll try to even it out. I'll probably do that bit within the episodes, but once we have all the research required, I'll start setting up some of those formations. Right, we got the MG team. Getting the supply truck next. Which is not going to be in the companies, it's going to be in the battalions. They're going to have a couple of supply trucks, which will then supply all the subordinate companies, hopefully. And then from there, like always, the higher hierarchy has more and more supply trucks and such. Now we'll probably have some replacement battalions that will be supplying those with some trucks later on. Okay, so the Exploration 1 has completed overhaul. Oh, and Exploration 4 has probably been complaining for a while, hasn't it? Yep, it has. I have not been paying attention. Right, so I'm going to send you back to St. Petersburg, because I know that there's still plenty to explore over there. Then you've done your overhaul, haven't you? For the most part, you could refuel and resupply. So refuel, resupply, and go to Moscow, Smolensk, and Saratov. I think there's still some exploration to be done there. Well, I'm going to check that. There's still 2 points there. Okay, I'll have to give them orders after that to go to the next place, I guess. Let's actually have a look. So, in Moscow, we're going to do the jump point over there, or jump gate over there. Okay. That's potentially dangerous. Ah, and Exploration 5 is currently not doing anything. Are you completed with your overhaul? Yes, you are. So I'm going to send you back to Volvo Ground. You can do your work there. Okay, so we've got the financial centers completed. But that means that we'll have pretty good money situation now, I guess. It has improved, certainly. Do we have a lot of workers available? I guess we do. We've got 56.5 million here. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be much more than what our industry can actually keep on growing, so yeah. Maintenance supplies are increasing, fuel is very low. But we are unfortunately out of time for this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.